Hello and welcome back to another auto markets analysis session. Unfortunately, my laptop is messing about today, so I'm not able to use my webcam. I will try and get it back for the next session. However, for this one, we're going to have to just write it out and see how we get on. As you can see, I'm going to start on the gold. And the reason why it's already mapped out is because I already did this video like 3 or 4 times on my laptop just to try and get it to work. And it kept failing. So I gave up. Now, what I was previously saying was on the daily chart, you can see it's come back down to a support area. Now, this became a significant area due to back in September when it started to rise, and then October, 21st of October, when it first started to drop. Now, this drop is what we know as a liquidity grab. The reason why is because it's pushing, pushing, and pushing. Now, for the markets, the bull market people to continue pushing, they also need more liquidity. If they keep pushing, then they're going to run out of capital to use to trade. So this is why they will influence the market to pull back a bit, wait for the sellers to kick in, and then they will go back up again. Now, two things happen when this happens, and this is what two things that they want to happen in this moment, and this is where we need to make sure we're on the right side of it. The first one is the people who are in buys are going to end up losing some of their profit and maybe closing. That's when they start going back up. They know that this is kind of the stop loss area for a lot of people who are in buys, right? Then the other one is the people who have put on sells at this area, thinking that it's going to continue down and then going back up, and they don't have a stop loss very close. So then they also lose money. So the people that lose money on the way up and down are the people that create liquidity for the bulls again. So on the way up now, you can see up correction, up correction. Here's another one again, up. And then we've hit an area of, let me move that out of the way a second, resistance. Big wick on a daily chart. A big wick on a daily chart speaks volumes. So you know that there is a big resistance area in its way. And that's what we need to figure out what's going on with that. So that's why I've drawn that box there. Like I said here, it created another form of area where there's a resistance slash support. And I drew that out because, as you can see, it's also created a resistance area for this part of the market in March. It did wick down, and this wick shows that as much as it did go up, it does need to fill this wick. When this wick is not filled, as in the market doesn't continue down straight away, it means that it will come back down at a later stage, and you need to be ready for it. And these are the areas that we're looking for. So then when it starts to do this corrective backwards, going up pull, that's when you need to be then looking out for these wicks on the top, which shows you that the power of the movement is actually lessening, it's decreasing, that's the word, and they're going back on a downtrend. Now, if you didn't already know this, this has already become a downtrend prior to this. So this is an uptrend, right? Now, this is your higher high, right? So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, okay? Where's our next higher high? We don't have one. As soon as you see this and it comes back down again, and then not only comes back down, but also breaks the dynamic of the structure that was there, that's when you know it's no longer an uptrend. Because yes, okay, let's say it did this, came back down, stayed here for a bit, but then eventually carried on this route, and you know it passed. That's when you know, okay, we're still in the game, we're not bad, we're okay. We still created our higher high, it was just a very lower low. They just went really deep for the liquidity this time. but they broke that structure that was going up there, and that's the point that this is no longer Bulls game. This is now a Bears game, and they pulled that down. As you can see, there's not one bull candle here. They pulled it down, pulled it all the way down, and said, "This is where we're going, but we need some liquidity. So we're gonna come back up, let you guys play around for a bit, create some more liquidity for ourselves, and then we're gonna pull you down, do a corrective measure just to make sure and let you guys know that we're not messing about, and then we're going to go again." Now, another thing that you guys could have caught on here, I know I'm going on, but I want you to kind of take it all on in. If I'm talking too fast or you want me to explain something better, let me know and I will. I'll come back to it and I'll try and explain it again. Notice here that there is a area again. Is there any? Yeah, I guess this respects it. These two candles respect it here. So do these two. And this one does here slightly. Look at this area, right? Now, look what's happened. Broke through without a doubt. They was not messing about. They came on smoke and said, "No, you've gone too high. We're bringing you down," right? Which I agree. Gold shot up crazily. We were sitting at like twos, and we shot up to fives like out of nowhere. So I don't blame the Bears for coming in strong and saying, "Okay, you're taking a bit of the piss now." Anyway, I digress. The candles pulled down, came back into this area. Now, have a look at this area. This is a channel of, you could, I guess, say some sort of resistance as support. As you can see, it came here, gave a wick, which created the support area now. Came up, came down, kind of a support area. It's kind of respecting it. As much as it is going through, it's respecting it, right? Obviously, this one just went straight through. Here, same again. Went into it and left, right? Now, when it leaves, what do you always look out for? Because this technically, as much as it was only short-lived in this box, it's still classed as a breakout. Now, what does that tell you? When you have a breakout, what's the next thing you look out for? A retest. So it's called break and retest. So it's broke, sorry. It's come down, and it's gone in for the retest, and it didn't enter back into the channel. Yes, on maybe a smaller time frame, you'll see that the candles did close within the channel, but on the daily, it did not close within the channel. The body did not close in the channel, only wick, which means that you know for certain this is now going to continue down on the bear trend. Shorts, all odds are on shorts now. All bets are on shorts. That's what I mean, sorry. And this is where we're going. So from here, this is what you're looking at on the chart. Not only that, let's see if we can draw a trend line so you can see what kind of are we. Oh, look at that. Look at that for a trend line. I wasn't too sure about that one because you had these two wicks coming up. But look at that. Going from that wick, remember there is a wick there. I've just placed that there. I'm going to put that back so you can. So there's a wick there. So the top of that wick to the top of that body. 1, 2, 3 touch points. If you was Tory Trades, you'd be eating this up right now because this is her whole strategy. She doesn't do indicators. She just draws on charts and looks for touch points. And look at that. Now, for her, what she'd be looking out for now is the moment that this breaks this. So the price candles break this trend line. At that point, that is when she would place her buy. And this is when you guys need to also place your buy and hold it for months because it's the day. So you probably won't see your profit straight away, but trust me, you will. You will. In fact, I'm going to put an alert on this. I think that, no, it didn't. It hasn't given me the, why is it not give me the, come on, alert, add alert. Why is it not allowing me to add an alert? Come on, hurry up. I got people to teach. Okay, when that decides to finally want to work, yeah, we'll add the alert on that, and I'll probably make another video around the time that I get the alert, so you guys know that it's time to jump in. Because even if I make it after it's gone through, it's still a good time to jump in. We just have to find the right time. Okay, so let's come back down now. Broke through this area, and it's bouncing in between these two areas. Now, what we need to see is it, excuse me, either break below this area or break past this orange trend line downwards. And that's what we're waiting on. That's if you're a swing trader. If you are a day trader, we will move down. So I guess the swing traders possibly can leave the chat now because they've got all the information they need. That was more for the swing traders, but those of us who are day trading or trying to be in and out within a day or two, this is where we, I guess, capitalize now. Let me go back to the day a minute. So we're in between this area. So we're looking at 4302, which is the bottom end of this channel, and 4067, which is the higher end of this channel. So we are expecting it to bounce between this channel. If it breaks either of those, then we obviously know that we need to ride it down to the opposite side of the channel. Okay, so going back to the 4 hour. What's a 4 hour Talos? Oh, we didn't put them in to show. Okay, so what we're going to do, visual visibility on intervals, anything below. Okay, we're going to leave that. And this one I want to put on anything below, actually, because I want to see when it does cross. Because I don't really look at the day, if I'm being honest. I'm just doing it for this analysis. That's better. Okay, so 4 hour. Sorry, I was messing with my mouse. My mouse wasn't changing the time intervals properly, but I've got a button that changes it anyway. Never mind. So 4 hour. We're on the 4 hour now. We can see a bit more in detail what's happening. As we can see, we had loads of wicks fully respected. None of the candle bodies entered. Perfect. We then come to the top of this body, and we can see that there's a day change over here, which is why there's a big gap between candles. I'm guessing this was probably, yes, the weekend I expected. So yeah, here we are, came in, retested, didn't go back through, pushed down again. Here, tested the area, didn't have enough pressure to push through, came back, call it a liquidity grab if you want, pushed up again, knew it wasn't going to win, resistance test, sorry, break and retest, came back out and pushed down. Okay, so the 4 hour is a more in-depth of the 1 day, obviously, because you're getting more candles, and every lower time frame will always be more in-depth of the previous and higher time frames. Now, as we can see, we have a wick here, and a few wicks here, which shows you that the journey doesn't seem to be strong. It seems like it may lose power to push down. Now, I say that as this is this a hammer or upside down hammer? I always get them wrong. But then here, we've got the complete opposite. And it's crazy because they open and close right next to each other. It doesn't have a wick at the bottom, which tells you the pressure is strong. Let's see what this one turns out to be. I'm not too sure what I'm expecting with this one, if I'm being honest. Like we said, we saw wicks here. This one has closed within the channel. So that does tell us that there's a possibility it can push through. Now, if it does, then cool. We ride the wave down to 3886. If it doesn't, okay, then we need to look to what it might want to do next. And this is where I guess you can ride it back to this previous area, which is 4,200, and then cash in on anything above that to 4303. this is kind of an area where the day traders can kind of scalp. I'm saying scalp, it's not really a scalp, but the reason why I call it a scalp is because these are the kind of patterns that scalpers would look out for on a lower time frame. They would see it, buy it from here, sell it here. The whole consolidation range, they would just keep doing the opposite to the trend, and then going with the trend and opposite to the trend, and keep doing it and just cashing in because they know it has to do it until that breaks one of the structures. They will just keep cashing in, and that's how scalpers tend to work. They like to find little wins and take what they can. So yeah, that's where we're at on that. I'm not gonna lie, 4 hours kind of thrown me off. I'm looking, and this is why I said I want to do this analysis more often, because I haven't done it in months now. Actually, when was my last analysis? It's been a couple of months. I've been trading, but I haven't sat and done an analysis, and this is possibly why my trading has gone a bit downhill. So I'm trying to get back on board with it, do it a bit more frequently, and post a lot more as well. Forgive me if you can hear the dogs outside barking. I'm in Bali, and they have a lot of dogs here, and they're quite protective dogs. These are like guard dogs. So if anyone comes into the I can't remember the word. What's the word I'm looking for now? Into the area anyway, that is not known to the area, they will just bark. So it kind of alerts us and lets us know that someone's here that shouldn't be. It's usually just a delivery guy, so it's not an issue. So yeah. Anyway, the 4 hour has thrown me off. I'm gonna have a quick look at the lower time frames, like the 1 hour. Okay, so 1 hour seems to be pushing the same direction. Hasn't broke any structures, so you can see that that's kind of the direction it wants to travel. We bring that to there. Oh, sorry. Okay, 2 touch points, but hasn't made a third one. Okay, that's fine. So that's kind of what we're looking at on the 1 hour. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit stuck, guys. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna give this one a end to the video and see what I can see and come back maybe tomorrow. I'm happy that I did this because, as every trader knows, you can always learn more. And I used to do this daily, so I could actually tell you exactly what you see, and I'll talk you through the whole video. And because I haven't done it for a while, my mind's gone a bit blank. So I want to do it more. And I think I'll be able to teach you lot a lot more. As much as I'm waffling, I don't really care. I'm happy to just release the raw content for you guys, so you know what's happening. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. Let me know what I can fix. Let me know if I'm rambling too much. Let me know if I can ramble more, whatever. No. Thank you guys for watching this video, as long as you did. If you stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate you. Let me know if you did stay to the end, and I'll give you a tip on how to get the cheapest discount codes on Alpha Capital Group, which is a prop firm. It's a little cheat code that I found out for myself. And leave a thumbs up in the comments if you got all the way to the end. Really appreciate you guys. I thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you all. Stay prayed up, read your Bible, stay focused, get disciplined, go to the gym. I think the main thing us traders need to do is have discipline. So structure our days, read the holy book, and get in the gym. Those are the three main things that I think we need to do, along with prayer constantly throughout the day. And that will keep us sane, keep us going, and help us to not only be rewarded by God's grace and mercy, but also keep His will. I thank you guys. Auto market session analysis for today is on pause. We will adjourn again. Yeah, thank you. Take care.